work with Apollo Group, University of Phoenix, and I want to talk to you about our largest relationship right now. And it's not our largest because that's who we give the most money to. Granted, we give them a fair amount of money, but it's the largest because we are the most involved with them, utilizing assets beyond just the dollars. And I hope when you leave here today that you are thinking about how you can engage with some of your partners in ways that don't revolve just around giving out money. Part of moving towards this direction with our partnerships was to take a look at the core mission of University of Phoenix and the core mission of Apollo Group and finding some key areas of giving that align with those missions. And we came down to school and workforce readiness, community engagement, and sustainability. And if you can find partners that then also align with your mission, it just makes this whole thing, this whole partnership and relationship so much easier in terms of finding ways to work together because you're starting from the same broad value propositions. The Clean Tech Open is the relationship I want to specifically talk about today. They're a 501c3 and they are based out of California. They have a national footprint and they are about taking entrepreneurs in clean tech. So that means things like solar, wind, storage capacity, web applications for smart energy use, all of those types of things that we sort of cap under green. Taking entrepreneurs in that industry, running them through an accelerator program, and then matching them up with venture capital funding. So it's really, really interesting, and I'm just blown away, with these engineers and scientists and the ideas that they have. The biggest component of the accelerator program is education. So that really aligns nicely with our goals. Not to mention there is this sustainability focus not only within the clean tech industry, but within the criteria that the entrepreneurs are judged upon throughout the process. And sustainability is core to John Sperling's legacy, and John Sperling is the founder of the University of Phoenix. It's great because it's not just a sponsorship, it's a partnership. We are actively involved with them on several different fronts, which I'll go into in a few minutes. The work ties back to academia, which is what we're all about at the University of Phoenix, creating curriculum for everyday busy people that want to continue learning. And then that builds into connection with our degree programs through business, education, technology, as well as entrepreneurship and sustainability. And what's nice is, sometimes you have partnerships that because they don't necessarily fully align with your mission, you really sort of have to manufacture the news and manufacture, press about it. We don't have to do that with this partnership. It just sort of springs up. I find that someone's connected with somebody, Apollo's connected with somebody at the Clean Tech Open in Denver, and I didn't even have to do that. They sought them out based on the things that we're doing. And on the national level, we have a sustainability group within Apollo, and so it's a nice fit for them to support each other on some different endeavors. In terms of finding opportunities with partners that you can use other assets, there are 4 things that I found really useful when starting with the new partnership. You need to understand the organization's infrastructure, or maybe lack thereof. Because if you can understand how they're structured and the way that they communicate within themselves, and maybe places where they have holes, you can find ways to fill in some of those holes with some of your assets. So for example, Clean Tech Open, it's a completely volunteer run organization with only 3 people on payroll, so everyone else has full-time jobs. And working on creating a wiki for them was really important, and we helped to do that. And it's really increased the communication consistency and the messaging within the organization. Mission and vision gaps. So it's great to find an organization that you want to work with, and you're taking a look at their mission and their vision, and then you're taking a look at how they're actually functioning, and there's gaps. So you can, obviously all of this is done in a very polite way, and we want to work together and we want to help. But you try to help address some of those things and say, listen, you really want to be doing X, but the way you're going about it produces Y. What if you think about it in this way? And so that's been really exciting to do some of that kind of stuff. And then really understanding the program that they're offering and that you're trying to help with. So whether that means going and spending the day with them, and for example, I manage junior achievement as well, and so I try to get in 2 times a year to the BizTown program that they run, so I can really see, I know some of the people here are sponsors for that as well, can really see what's happening. So alternative engagement with Clean Tech Open for us, we created a mini MBA curriculum program for the participants in the Accelerator program. And it's a 7-week course, and it teaches IP and legal and marketing and finance and product technology validation, all of those things that an engineer might not have learned, probably didn't learn while they were going and getting the engineering degree, but are all the key business acumen that they need to know to get their product out there, their service out there within the market. As many of you know, University of Phoenix has an amazingly large footprint across the country, and our faculty are not only teaching, but they're also in industry, so they get very unique perspective. And we have been placing our faculty within the Accelerator program to serve as mentors to the entrepreneurs, as well as participate in judging. There's several different levels of judging within the Accelerator program, and our faculty found it really rewarding. Also,
Yes, they do that as a volunteer?
yes, it's all volunteer based. And then we also are able to utilize many of our facilities, especially during the day when we don't have necessarily lots of classes going on. And that's been really useful for an organization that doesn't have a budget for facilities. And that was a gap that we were, hey, you're trying to spend this money on facilities when we've got all of these ones that we can help you utilize. And of course we keep track of that, and so we know on what the monetary value of that would be each year. And then we are just about to launch an internship program. This is very exciting. The University of Phoenix has a career services portal, and it mostly has, well, always just previously focused on paying job opportunities. So I went in and started speaking with them and said, hey, what if we put together an internship program where our students can go in and help the different regions in Clean Tech Open, and they need things like marketing help, event planning help, communication assistance with the teams. And so we're really excited to roll that out in the next few months. Another great tie between the two is an entrepreneurship seminar. And it's where we brought together the dean of our business school, Bill Berry, and the executive director of the Clean Tech Open. And we're having conference calls once a month talking about different key issues around starting a business. And I don't know if anybody knows about the program at the University of Phoenix, how the school week is Tuesday to Monday. So Mondays, the students are generally really busy and trying to get those assignments in before midnight. And for some reason, ours always end up being on Monday nights. And we have managed to get over 2,000 people signed up, and then over 700 people on the call for over an hour on a Monday night. Some places didn't start until 8 o'clock at night, and some at 5 based on the time zone. That's a large commitment for people that are working full-time, going to school full-time, most likely have kids. Exactly, so that's been great. The PR manual, we are putting the finishing touches on this as well, and are really excited about this because this is something that we can utilize with many of our other partners. And what it is, basically, it's a PR manual. It's teaching you from day one, you start your business or you're about to get off the ground, the difference between paid media, earned media, how to utilize a blog versus a website, how to write a press release and send it out to your target news sources. And for this first edition, it's going to be co-branded Clean Tech Open and University of Phoenix. But we can just take that Clean Tech Open brand off, and we can give it to Junior Achievement, we can give it to the Boys and Girls Club. And so we're trying to find ways to do great things like this that we can then utilize among different partners. And then, back to basics, we started with volunteer opportunities with all of our partnerships, and it really is the backbone of Apollo Membership, and it's because we have so many employees here within the state and then across the country. And we also use Volunteer Match. It's a great program, and if you don't use it, I would recommend taking a look into it. It's fantastic. And I've already touched on some of these. It's great for us. We get brand association with Clean Tech Accelerator, Sustainability Synergism. We are in the top, I think we were 82nd this year, ranked by Newsweek for sustainability practices. And then we get connectivity with Department of Energy, state and local entities, and it's a great way for us to sort of branch out. That's one key partnership with how we engage beyond the dollars. And I was responsible for this relationship before I moved up underneath corporate social responsibility, and I've sort of shaken the boat a little bit, because generally our partnerships have been very monetarily driven, and I like to think of everything else beyond the dollars, because every couple of months they're like, can we take a few more dollars from you? You don't really need that much money to give out to people, do you? So I really enjoyed, bringing some of these thoughts to the rest of CSR within Apollo and trying to figure out how we can do this with other relationships. And so that's sort of my challenge to you guys here as you're driving home, you're thinking about who you work with and how you work with them. What are some other areas that you have within your own organization that you can offer as an asset to them?